Hi, this is Joseph Stratemeier, and this is my literacy narrative for the EDSE literacy class for Cal State Bakersfield. So, first question is, what was or is your understanding of literacy or literacies? How were they formed in your adolescence? Well, I mean, when I was really little, I remember, my mom always read to me and stuff, and we always did stuff with reading and writing and letters and stuff. My mom was an elementary school teacher also, so that helped a lot because she already knew how to teach kids how to read, so she just kind of taught me how to too before I even got to kindergarten. So by the time I was in kindergarten, I already knew like my alphabet and all that stuff. At least that's what my mom tells me anyway. That so there's a big presence in literacy and reading and talking about things and knowing things, just from being little, which I guess in the book they talk about that in the reading. In the Goodman reading, it says, what does it say? Literacy early on in life isn't just reading to a child. You develop a culture of reading and understanding literacy in your home and he talks about books and newspapers and reading materials that are in the house that both parents and the kids can engage in. And that's kind of what we did, from what I remember. I mean, I'm not much of a hobby reader, really, because I think high school English kind of, nixed that for me in terms of enjoying that. But, definitely I could read something and understand it from a really early age. So that's good. Second one is, what were/are some of your underlying assumptions about literacies in adolescence? Obviously it's just influenced by my own experience. So that was my experience. I'm sure lots of kids have different experiences. Obviously, kids who don't, speak English in the home, well, they're going to have a different experience, whatever that language is. And I'm sure what the language is also kind of determines that too, because of differences in cultures and differences in all sorts of things. I guess, I always thought that me and my friends, we all know how to read and stuff by the time we were in high school, junior high. But, a lot of kids, I was fortunate enough to go to good schools, but a lot of kids don't. And their parents don't value it. And obviously, in Kern County, that's a big problem because literacy is so low. Obviously, no one actually values reading and writing and understanding and literacy. So I just assume that everybody does know how to read and values it, but apparently that's not the case. Then the last question is, what were our contexts that form and shape your perspectives on understandings of literacy? Well, I guess I kind of just answered that, really. Let's see. Well, the second reading here talks about literacy in your content area. So I guess we can't just be limited to literacy class. We have to apply it to every content area. And my content area is music, and that's a good one because it's, like I think I said in a discussion post, that music is it's a lot like language in a lot of ways. And so the techniques to teach somebody how to read music is a lot like teaching somebody how to read words. And it's just the fluency in that language that gets you to be good at it. So there's a lot of parallel there. I can't think of specifics right now off the top of my head, but that's really important. I think that's a context that has shaped my perspective of literacy, is going through music school and kind of learning the ins and outs of music and learning how to teach somebody else. So I think that's 4 minutes and change, so I think that's pretty good. So that's, again, my literacy narrative for CSUB literacy class for EDSE 5400, I think it is. I don't know. Thanks. Bye.